Hey everyone, Taylor from Chimera Gaming here, and today we get to look at the newest Magic the Gathering set, Kaldheim. It is currently January 27th, 26th. It is the Tuesday before pre-release weekend right now. Yeah, I'm excited to dive right into this. I just went and picked all this stuff up for the store. As you can see, I've got a little bit of damage on this box because yours truly tried to be a hero and carry everything in as little trips as possible. But it looks like everything inside is not damaged. I did open this box up already. The wrapping is right here. I just had some light issues, so I had to stop the recording really quickly. But we're back, and we're going to open some packs. This set, super exciting. There's been a lot of hype around it. Obviously, we've got the Viking theme and the Norse mythology theme, and a lot of really cool new cards. We've got a new set of gods in this set. We've got some really cool new planeswalkers, an old planeswalker in Tybalt that is come to actually be a decent card. It's one of the flip cards, Valky, God of Lies. So hopefully we get some of that stuff. I would love to see a Vorinclex, Mystic Reflection, one of the really cool new Foretell cards. I would really like to see some of that stuff, as well as the full art pathways. They are just gorgeous in this set. The setting, snow themed, being that it's Norse mythology, really adds a lot of really cool ambience to the set, I guess, if that makes sense. But we're going to go right into this. I'm going to, as usual, just skip through most of the commons. The full spoiler's been up for the set for about a week now. So if you want to check out the commons and uncommons of the set, I won't really be spending too much time on them. I also don't know how these packs are actually set up, so I don't know if this rare is going to be at the front. But we're going to get right into this. So bear with me on this first pack. We might have the rare coming up right now. This is like the really loose, I think it's either Belgium or Japan that these packs are actually packed in, but yeah, okay. So we've got a foil here, which is a Disdainful Stroke with new art. It's pretty neat, pretty neat. And a Tyrite Sanctum as our first rare. So actually kind of works out for us, given that we're skipping all the commons and uncommons. They're all just pre-skipped for us. So I'm going to put little piles up here for the foils and the rares. New art on the snow basics. Pretty cool. But yeah, that is our first pack with the Tyrite Sanctum. Becoming a god in addition to its other types. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then you can sacrifice Tyrite Sanctum to put an indestructible counter on target god. It's pretty cool. New art treasure token. Snow-covered plains. And Sika's Chariot. Little kitty cats. Pretty cool. Some uncommons there. I'll put the basics. Sorry. It's been a little bit since I've done one of these. I want to make sure I have my piles at least somewhat sorted. Okay, let's keep going. It's funny, I've actually been taking care of the spoilers, the pre-orders for this set, and it's been interesting watching all the prices because they've drastically changed as we've gotten closer to the set's release. It feels like there's a bit of delay with COVID going on people actually figuring out how crazy good some of the cards are. Varagoth, for example, a card that was pretty low when it was first spoiled. It was like fine. People were thinking it was cool, but everyone kind of came around to it being a repeatable tutor effect, and that being extremely powerful as we got closer to the release date here. Got our first showcase card. Really cool treatment. Yeah, it's got the little tear notch in the corner there. think, if I'm not mistaken, those ones are packed in Japan. Tip card. A snow-covered mountain. Ooh, a foil Path of the World Tree. And a Cosmos Charger. Cool. Sagas being reintroduced here again. There's a lot of them in this set. Some of them are decent. I'm a really big fan of the blue-white rare for standard, because it's kind of like a wish effect for your sideboard. It's really, really cool. I'm sure that'll see some play in the with the hardcore blue-white players out there. We've got a Highland Forest, Doomscar, what is being touted as one of the best white wraths ever printed, because it can be cast for 3 mana as long as you pay that foretell cost. Really, really cool. These uncommon lands with the sacrifice effects, also really cool. Something they had in Dominaria as well with the memorials. Excuse me. All right, Foretell, Snow-Covered Swamp, and Toski, Bearer of Secrets. This is a legendary squirrel. It cannot be countered. It is indestructible. It attacks each combat if able, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. Pretty neat. Almost thought that was the Foretell, or the Saga I was actually just talking about, but it is not. It is the uncommon one. I was confused. Thought I was getting more than one rare in a pack. Rimewood Falls. Ooh, foil Alpine Meadow. And as you can see behind it there, we've got a Showcase Varagoth. Speaking of, this is a 3-mana 2/3 Death Touch with Boast for 1 and a black. Target player searches their library for a card, then shuffles their library and puts that card on top of it. So it's kind of like a Vampiric Tutor. Really, really cool card. Gonna see infinite commander play. But this is also really cool. I'm a really big fan of these snow-themed dual lands that they've made. Not only is it just a really cool addition to have in Magic in general, but to have another budget option for those commander players for cards like Farseek, for example. Really, really powerful. Really, really handy. Got Snow-Covered Forest and a Blessing of Frost. Elf Legendary. Speaking of that, I didn't pull that Farseek out of my own brain, unfortunately. If you go check out our website at chimeragamingonline.com, we've actually started to post articles. Our first one just got posted yesterday by Brian Smith. It's a top 10 Kaldheim cards for Commander from his view. And it's a pretty cool article. It mentions Varagoth. It mentions the Snow Duels, I think, briefly, and it mentions the uncommon lands that have the other effects. Pretty cool article. You should check it out if you are hungry for some commander content. Sulphurous Mire and a Jorn, God of Winter. Really cool card. It's got a flip side for Cauldring, the Rime Staff. I think this card is really interesting. I don't know if it actually breaks into Modern, but could. It definitely could. Ooh, another Showcase card. Just the art for this Norse theme really, really impresses me. This set, a lot of the time, has felt very much like Concept Tarkir. It was one of the first sets I was actually around for in Standard. Foil Old Growth Troll and a Rally the Ranks, the 2-mana Lord effect for your creatures. Pretty neat. But yeah, not in the sense, obviously, for the tricolored groupings or anything like that, because that doesn't exist in this set. But in terms of just kind of the power level of the cards, a lot of the flavor, a lot of the setting being so thematic and so cohesive is really cool to see. It's definitely one of the sets I've been most excited about in recent memory. We've got Coma, Cosmos Serpent. It's a 7 mana legendary serpent. Can't be countered. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3 blue serpent creature token named Coma's Coil. You can sacrifice another serpent, choose one, tap target permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated this turn. And that does not mention that that cannot include mana abilities. So you can shut off lands. Not that if they're tapped, they're doing much, but Coma, Cosmos Serpent, gains indestructible until end of turn. Pretty cool card. All right, we're going to speed things up a little bit here to make sure that we get through all these packs in a somewhat reasonable time frame. We're down our first 12 now, so let's keep it going. Showdown of the Scalds. I think Andrea Mengucci mentioned that that card is highly underrated in the set. Token, Snow-Covered Plains, a foil Goldmaw Champion, and a Skemfar Avenger. Pretty neat. The runes, also a new cycle in this set. They're just auras, enchant permanent. When it enters, you draw a card. Pretty sure all of them have the draw a card clause. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it has a lifelink. And then as long as enchanted permanent is an equipment, it has equipped creature has lifelink. So pretty cool. Really, really flavorful with all the equipment themed stuff in the set. We've got dwarves again that are known to like to carry around equipment. Snow-Covered Island and Sigrid, God Favored. It's a new legendary human warrior. Has protection from gods. One of those uncommon lands I was talking about, and another rune. Snowfield Sinkhole and a Maskwood Nexus. This is the new tribal card that's going to see a ton of commander play. Just being able to repeatedly make creatures that are creatures of any type. Obviously, pretty much an auto include in any tribal deck, I can imagine, especially when you're talking tribes like allies and slivers that really get out of hand once you have a few of them on the battlefield. Yeah, really powerful card, especially given that it is an artifact and can go in any deck. Snow-Covered Swamp. We've got Shepherd of the Cosmos foil. Pretty nice. And a Bark Channel Pathway, the showcase version, or a full art version, whatever you want to call it. Flips over into Tide Channel Pathway. This is the Simic Pathway. Definitely one of the better arts. This wreckage and the waves on either side, it's just, it fills out that border so well. Really happy I got to open one of those in this box. All right. Arctic Tree Line and an Orvar, the All Form. This is a mythic, and we have the showcase version here. 4 mana Shapeshifter Changeling. Just get to copy a bunch of stuff. This card's really cool. There's a lot of hype around this card as well for Commander. as you can imagine, a lot of the climate right now and the discussion that happens around new cards ends up being about Commander, just because with COVID happening, there's really obviously not a lot of in-paper tournaments going on for the more competitive formats like Modern, Legacy, Standard, but on top of that, there's no pro circuit or anything. So you don't have people digging into all these new cards and figuring out what the best combinations of them are and kind of all the interactions that they have with all the other cards in any of the formats, right? Like a lot of those really interesting cards that can both see competitive and casual play. You'll see people try them out for Modern just as kind of a whim thing, test a new card, make sure it's not busted if you're going into a big tournament, but then every once in a while they find one that actually is busted and gets to go on to not only be exploited in the competitive formats, but also in the casual formats. So there's a lot of the discussion these days ends up around Commander because those tournaments don't exist, and because the point of Commander isn't just to win every single game as fast as possible, the combinations and interactions don't feel like they are found as quite as quickly. We got a Woodland Chasm, Roots of Wisdom. That's not to say that people don't find the interactions, because people do find them still fairly quickly. Just feels without the competitive scene really active right now, that some of the interactions you just kind of come across because it happens in a game don't seem to get found immediately until people actually get the cards in their hands and are playing with them. Anyway, that was quite the rant. Snow-Covered Swamp and a Tybalt's Trickery, new red counterspell. Really cool, really risky, really high upside if it works out in your favor. If you go to counter, go like what's the card from Conspiracy to Expropriate? You go and counter and Expropriate, and then they flip over some random 2-drop artifact on the top of their deck that isn't a Grim Monolith, you're probably doing okay. Good. Our modal flip card tokens again. Alpine Meadow. We have a full art Tyvar Kell, which is a new planeswalker. It is also to do with elves, so it's kind of like another Nissa Ravane style planeswalker. Just has a static ability. Elves you control have tapped out at green mana, or black mana. Really cool card. Yeah, it's a neat one to open. Spirit Token, got a Snow-Covered Mountain, a foil Crippling Fear, pretty cool, kind of like the, I can't even remember the name of the card, but from Throne of Eldraine, that kind of does the same thing for 3 mana. We've got a Runeforge Champion as well, a Dwarf, Cardoor, Doomscourge. Beautiful showcase art. And if you're wondering, for those of you who got to see the first Commander Legends draft booster box opening I did, I got a lot of flack for not being excited when I opened a Jeweled Lotus in that box. It was not to say I wasn't excited, but I have at this point opened more packs than I feel anyone human should really be opening. And when you've opened such a ridiculous number of packs, things like I won a Pack Wars one time by opening a foil Snapcaster Mage that won out on a regular Liliana of the Veil and a Damnation from Modern Masters 2017. Like, Like those kind of things, those are the big moments. And they just don't happen as much anymore. It's like expeditions are the only thing that actually gets you really excited nowadays, or me at least. We got Arnie Broken Brow. Some of the pizzazz of opening packs is gone, even though it can't ever truly all be gone, because I still love cracking these packs. Got a Dread Rider and a Righteous Valkyrie. Just a few more packs to go here. Got about 8 or so. We're going to try and rifle through these really quickly here. I feel like I've been talking a lot. Got Token. We got a Snow-Covered Plains. Battle for Bretgard. Some uncommons. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what cards from Kaldheim you are excited for. There's a lot of really sweet stuff in this set, and a lot of things that I know. Cards like this, Rise of the Dreadmarn, that are going to end up seeing a ton of play, and people are going to do some really cool stuff with them. And I'm really excited to see and hear about that kind of stuff. We've got Dwarf Berserker, that got a little bent there. Snow-Covered Swamp. Poison the Cup. Ooh, and a Resplendent Marshal. One of the new aggressively costed angels in the set. Only 3 mana for a mythic angel that does things. Not bad. Got a Highland Forest. And a Tergrid, God of Fright. This card's really good. We got a 5 mana 4/5 menace. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So, obviously for Commander, that applies to all opponents. Pretty cool. Another showcase uncommon legendary creature. Got a bird. Snow-covered forest. Ooh, showcase Teralf. A second showcase mythic. That is awesome. I got the backside in Teralf's hammer. This box has been pretty decent. There's been no Vorinclex and no Valky, which are 2 of the bigger ones, and I haven't seen a Mystic Reflection yet, and we only have 1 pathway. I feel like I just mentioned a lot of things, but aside from that, we're doing pretty okay. Realm Walker, another really sweet card from this set. People are going to do some neat stuff with that. I mean, they're just going to get a bunch of value. Human Warrior. Snow-Covered Mountain. Glorious Protector. Angel and a Cleric. 2 pretty big creature types to have slapped onto 1 creature. Spirit. Arctic Treeline. Herald unites the elves. Not the best hit, but that's okay. Coma's Coil. That's the token for Coma. Pretty cool. Snow-Covered Island. Ooh. A foil. Vega or Vega the Watcher. It's a 3 mana bird spirit. And Mystic Reflection. Cool. We did hit the Mystic Reflection. 1 and a blue, instant. Choose target non-legendary creature, the non-legendary creature. The next time 1 or more creatures or planeswalkers enters the battlefield this turn, they enter as copies of the chosen creature. and then you can foretell for 1 blue, as in pay 2, exile it face down, cast it for 1 blue later. You cast this, targeting a Master of Waves with the trigger on the stack. Depending on how much devotion you have, you then make that many more Master of Waves, and then they all make that many more tokens. Really, really powerful card. We got Snow-Covered Plains, Darkabor Pathway. It's the green-black one. Pretty awesome. Always good to have. And last pack, we've got Treasure Token, Sulphurous Mire, and a Crippling Fear, which we got a foil of earlier. All right. Really quick, let's just check out these rares again. We've got Darkboard Pathway, Mystic Reflection, Toralf, Turgrid, Resplendent Marshal, Rise of the Dreadmarn, the Tyvar Kel, it's a really good one, Tybalt's Trickery, the Orvar, the Bark Channel Pathway, Maskwood Nexus, Koma, Jorn, Showcase Varagoth. Man, I don't know. Maybe it's just because the set's new, but there's so much sweet stuff in here. Like, look at these. Wow. Those are some beautiful, beautiful pieces of cardboard. All right. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope everything was easy to follow and that my placement wasn't too awkward. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, check out chimeragamingonline.com. We do all the pre-orders and everything for Kaldheim. We have singles up there. We have sealed product. We've got pre-release kits. We've got everything that you would need from Kaldheim, as well as obviously other singles and sealed product and all that cool stuff. So yeah, if Magic's your thing, go check that out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take it easy.